What is going on, you guys? Steve with the video for you today. So today we're going to be doing a hobby talk video. But before we get into all that, I do want to say something, that's been going on for the past probably 2 to 3 weeks, and it's something really serious. Is Nebraska has had one of the worst wildfires in the United States history. Almost 1 million acres have burned so far, and as I'm recording this, the fires are not contained at all. They were contained, and then more broke out, and it's really bad. And I do want to give my thoughts and prayers out to Sean over at Fairweather Cards, a member of our community. Sean lives out in western Nebraska. I have not heard from him. I hope everything is going well. So Sean, if you see this, please comment and shoot me an email. Let me know everything's going okay. But yeah, it's devastating, and it hasn't affected me personally, but a couple of guys I work with are volunteer firefighters, and they've been going out there and assisting with evacuations and stuff like that. So I've been picking up extra hours at work covering their shifts and some of their duties. So it's kind of like, when things calm down, something crazy happens again. It is what it is, but that's the least I can do to kind of help out the scenario, the situation. And let's see what else. Yeah, my wife and me, we also took a little trip down to the Tampa Bay area in Florida here recently, and I had a couple days I had to burn for vacation at work, so we went down to Tampa Bay and Sarasota, and it was just a nice little quick getaway. Spent a day in Orlando, going to SeaWorld, and yeah, it was nice. It's good to get a little mental break from all that kind of chaos going on in the world, so it's good stuff. A little bit more on a serious note, Rev Steve, he passed away. It's a tough one to talk about. First, my thoughts and prayers go out to his family. I've only really recently talked to Rev Steve the past 3 to 4 months, and that's through comments. And I really did start connecting with him, and it's unfortunate when you start, having that connection and something tragic like this happens, but he's in a better place now, and he will be missed within this community and life in general. So thoughts and prayers go out to his family, and it's too bad. Let's see what else. Got a lot to say and not a lot of time. I was able to make a quick road trip here not too long ago to Lincoln, Nebraska, and I attended a card show, and at the card show I was able to meet up with Drew over at Clean Cheap Shots, and it's always nice meeting up with Drew, and just talked a little bit, and he's actually the one that informed me of Ref Steve's passing away. And I didn't really pick up too much at the show, but I did pick up a lot of 80s and 90s football, along with some modern day baseball of the Baltimore Orioles. Loved adding some Gunnar Henderson and Adley Rushman and some Ryan Mountcastle to the collection. So yeah, that was it's always good taking that drive out to Lincoln and meeting up with Drew. And let's see what else. Okay, so a quick shout out to my wife. My wife, she won a baseball card lot for me on a Facebook dollar auction. It was 3 5 rows, and she won the auction at $41 total. Now, I don't have Facebook, so she's always on the lookout for that kind of stuff for me locally. And I ended up organizing it all, and the seller pretty much, he knew what he was doing. He wasn't well, these are just cards that have been sitting around. He pulled all the Hall of Famers and all that good stuff, but I still ended up with quite a bit to add to the binders, and it's just fun organizing and sorting through all that. The cards I don't keep, I usually just donate to, like a local youth type thing, and it's just fun going through those boxes. Let's see the next thing. So I completed some tops runs and player day runs of Denny LeMaster and Spike Owen. Ken Hill, Dave Magadan, and Gary DiSarcina. So, most of those guys are going to be future player spotlights. So that'll be exciting to do. And let's see. I want to get into some cards here. Let's start off with some hockey. It's always fun sharing the hockey collection. So here we got a Jack Hughes. This is a 2021-2022 metal skybox. And, really nice looking card here. And love some metal and that die cut. So there's that. Next we got another Hughes. This is the Blast Furnace. This is also from metal. And this Blast Furnace insert is really, really nice looking to me. So there is some Jack Hughes. Team USA legend for what he did, scoring that game-winning goal for Team USA recently. So here is some Paul Kariya. So this is the 1994-1995 Fleer Ultra Prospect card. Neat looking old school Kariya. Next we got, what is this? This is the 2001-2002 Upper Deck Vintage card of him. And, I just love that old school Mighty Ducks logo. Miss those uniforms. Next we got, back that up a little bit. This is a Norm Van Brocklin 1954 Bowman. Beautiful looking card, and he still holds the NFL record of 554 passing yards, which is crazy to think about because the NFL is just so pass heavy these days, and they don't focus on the run anymore. And having that record since the 50s is really incredible to me. Here we got a Cordell Stewart. This is the 1997 metal Wolverine insert. I like Cordell Stewart back in the day, and he had a really long NFL career, but I remember him mostly with the Colorado Buffaloes. Being a Nebraska Cornhusker fan, just remember your rivals like him. I'll show a few more Cordell Stewarts. Very solid NFL career though. Here's the 1999 Upper Deck holographics. Neat looking card. And we'll end Stewart's with this one. This is the 2002 Pacific Atomic kind of die cut looking card. So there's some Cordell Stewart. Next we'll go into some basketball. So here's the 1981 Topps card of Larry Bird. I absolutely love this Larry Bird. Probably my favorite Bird card from his playing days. Just a classic looking card of his. Then we'll do some. Here's the 1990 NBA Hoops card. Neat looking Bird. And his 1990 Hoops. Kind of like an art checklist type card. Here we'll move on to, this is the 2003 Upper Deck Fred Hoiberg. So Fred Hoiberg, he's the Nebraska basketball coach, men's coach, and took Nebraska Cornhuskers to the Sweet 16 as a head coach here recently. And I don't know, that Nebraska run was really special and never made the NCAA tournament, and they go to the Sweet 16. Or they never won an NCAA tournament game, sorry. And we'll cut into some NASCAR here. Here's the 1988 Max rookie card of Rusty Wallace, my favorite driver way back in the day and still is. But yeah, Rusty Wallace, one of the greats to ever race in NASCAR. And, Max is a card company that made cards that I only see ever in NASCAR. So yeah, share some NASCAR here real quick. My guy Greg Tiger 727 has really gotten me into some NASCAR and starting to share the collection. So this is the 1992 Trax card with his signature down here on the card, or on the race car, and neat looking Rusty Wallace auto. And we'll end it with a little more NASCAR. Well, this is the 1991 Pro Set Rick Mast. Really neat image of Rick Mast, and there's this auto right there, solid driver for many years, but didn't anything too huge, but just a solid driver. So yeah, appreciate you guys watching. Take care and stay safe, everybody. Thanks again.